Hi, my guest today is Clinton Howell. Clinton is a realtor and a sales representative with Remax Escarpment. Clinton, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to go grab a coffee and then we're going to learn a little bit more about Clinton and what he does, okay?
Hi, what can I get for you today?
I kind of think that...
Get a grande green tea soy latte, please.
Anything else?
Yeah, can I get a medium cappuccino with some sugar?
Awesome. That's everything?
Yes, thank you.
All right, I'll have you show up at the window for you.
Brilliant.
There we go. Green tea latte.
Green tea latte.
Thank you.
It's a cappuccino with sugar.
Thank you very
Have a
much.
good one.
It's a comment.
Cheers. We just got our coffees.
Yeah,
In your case,
thank you for that.
a green tea. So perhaps what you could do is tell me a little bit more about, what makes you the kind of realtor that I would choose. Why
All right.
you?
Perfect. Why me? Well, you know what? I think there's a few different reasons, but first and foremost, I am not afraid of hard work, and I love people. Love working with people. I build relationships. I listen really well.
Okay.
A big part of doing a great job as a realtor is recognizing what your role is, and your role is really to achieve your client's objectives, right?
Yeah.
And I try and do that in a way where I'm building relationships, because I'm trying to build a clientele. Like, I want friends and clients for life. When I initially meet someone, I want to take the time and find out what their situation is, why they're looking to move. Is it driven by family needs and looking to upsize, downsize, get more luxury, really get a sense of what the goals are. And then I don't jump to conclusions. I do the homework, I do the research. Basically, I've been told that I'm a nerd in disguise.
I've been told I'm a nerd, yes, but not in disguise.
So I do my research. I dig in. I study the neighborhood. I study everything really closely, and I bring the right information to the table. And
I've done a little bit of research on you, and I understand that you've been in business a long time. Well, it's the grey, it gives it away.
It is the grill, yeah, the salt and pepper look.
Yes.
Well, I do have a background in business, 25 years in fact, and my background is in the residential construction side of the business, actually. I've worked in over 3,000 homes.
Holy cow.
And basically my past work focused on essentially home electronics, home automation, and boutique renovations for home theaters, rec rooms, things like that. I've got 25 years of client relationship experience, and I've always wanted to get into real estate. So I've been working in the real estate industry now for 4 years, and it's going really well. I'm in actually the top 3% of the areas I'm trading in the last time I looked.
Oh, very good. Congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. But no, I'm in real estate. It's kind of a natural fit for me, and I'm loving it. I love what I do.
So Little Bird tells me that you have philanthropic interests.
Philanthropic
I
interests.
had to practice that because it's really hard to say with philanthropic.
You said it very well.
Thank you very much. Tell me a bit more about that. What is exactly are you philanthropic about?
I think being philanthropic is really just...
Say it fast 3 times.
Philanthropic. Not too bad. But I think basically one of the things that really motivates me and makes me feel fulfilled as a person is giving back to the community and being involved with the community and volunteering time and supporting causes that I want to support. And there's so many important causes. You can't support them all, but basically I like doing what I can to support and get involved. I'm a Rotarian. I joined the Rotary Club about a year ago.
It's a good organization to support. They get involved with lots of great causes and initiatives.
They do, and there's a lot of confusion about what a Rotary Club is, but really it's just a pass-through. For charity, that's all it is. It's an organized group. Volunteers pay to be part of it, so there's no administration costs.
Oh.
So everything we raise goes to charities. All the administrative is covered by the members. So Rotary has certain events that they run, and all the money is for charity. And so basically, we just recently finished an event called the Turkey Trot, for example, and that's like a race through Bronte Park, and there's a walk through Bronte Park, and people pay, but all the money in this case went to like Halton Women's Place, food for
I
kids,
read about that.
Shifra homes, things like that. So yeah, so it's great. I mean, we meet every Friday morning at 6:45 a.m. at the Millcroft Golf and Country Club.
Up until that point,
Yeah.
I was good.
There's actually, I think there's 3 or 4 clubs in Burlington, so some of them meet in the evenings, but
Okay.
my club meets at breakfast. And yeah, so we meet as a guest speaker every week. We talk about charities, updates on things that Rotary is focused on, like polio. There's been that's one of polio's huge claim to fame over the past, I think it's over the past 20 years, pretty much solved polio worldwide.
I was going to say.
Yeah. So yeah, so that was kind of a nice way to get some structure to it, So basically, I used to just get involved in different charitable events and things and kind of whatever came along. But now being part of Rotary, there's more structure. There's certain events we're running. There's certain people I meet. So yeah. Anyway, so that tells you a bit about it. But yeah, it really makes me feel good, and I think the different causes and need support, and nothing like being involved in the community. I think the community is important. So
tell me a bit about your family. I know that you're basically born and raised in Burlington all your life, I suppose.
Well, technically, I was born in Toronto, but yeah, I grew up in Burlington, and went to Central High School. Basically, lived in kind of the downtown area.
Yep.
Yeah, I love Burlington. It's a fantastic place. Great city, great town. So I've seen it evolve a great deal over the years. I mean, I'm 47 now, so it's been a long time. That's why I've got those grades you were mentioning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do a lot of work in Burlington.
Married, kids, all that fun stuff?
Absolutely, yeah. And I've got my wife, Karen, and we got 2, it's hard to call them children now. My daughter's almost 20, and son's almost 18. Daughter's in 3rd year university, son's in grade 12.
Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely.
I was going to say,
We got three dogs too.
Oh, 3 dogs?
Yeah.
I was going to say, when they're that age, the kids, there's lots of things you call them. Yes.
That's funny. Yeah, so three dogs, 3 smaller dogs, and just love them to bits. They're lots of fun.
You also like painting.
I do. I'm an artist. Yeah.
Yes, not painting walls and stuff, but actually an artist. And if I remember correctly, you don't just paint sort of small pictures, you do large format artwork. Like how big?
Yeah, I mean, actually, the biggest one that I've done is about 5 feet wide by 7 feet tall. Had the canvas custom made, and yeah, no, I love it. Basically, abstract contemporary artwork is a passion of mine, and I love to work with acrylics, and yeah, I create artworks on a regular basis. I've actually done some pieces for clients as well, but mostly do it for myself and for my own enjoyment.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So how many pieces do you think you've painted to date?
Oof. I don't know. I'd have to say probably 100.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, if they're all that size, where do you store them?
Well, they're not all that size.
Oh.
Not all that size. No, I mean, I do paintings. I've done some that are small, like 12 by 12s. I've done, kind of 3 foot by 4 foot, so all various sizes. I usually like to get inspired by a location in my home that needs a painting.
Do you loan them
And
out?
then I'll create. I have actually. I've actually loaned lots of paintings to clients selling homes to help them stage their home.
So how long have you been painting? I mean, how long have you been doing this?
About 12 years.
Oh, wow, you've been doing it a long time.
Yeah, well, I used to be in music quite a lot, actually, in my back in high school days and stuff like that. I played guitar, keyboard, drums. I used to record all kinds of music in some bands. So basically, yeah, so kind of the art side of my personality kind of leaned over to the painting side, and that's where I've been finding a nice outlet for it. So,
Oh.
yeah.
It seems to me that buying or selling a house is probably one of the most stressful things that anyone can do.
Yep, largest investment in people's lives.
True.
Yep.
If you were to sort of tell me, about that experience with your clients, what would you say, perhaps sets you apart, or a couple of the things that you would do that makes the experience for them different?
One of the most important parts of any realtor's job, a great realtor anyway, would be to remain calm no matter what's going on. Basically, a real estate transaction, even just the whole process, is, as you mentioned, is very stressful, but it's also time-consuming. It's tiring. Let's take an analogy. It's like a hurricane. right?
Yeah.
And if you think about a hurricane, the eye of the hurricane is a nice calm location. That's where the birds fly. So,
Yes.
so even inside of a storm, there's a calm area. So I kind of see my role as being the eye of the hurricane, right? So I'm there to help people remain grounded, to see things logically, to see through the emotional stuff, and not to discount it, but just to be supportive and to make sure that things go smoothly.
You have to keep your head when all of those around you are losing theirs.
Well, that's it, right? So,
Usually.
and it's not easy to do.
No.
You need to have thick skin. You need to be strategic, and you've got to be empathetic. You've got to be compassionate. You have to listen. You need to acknowledge what's happening. You need to be appropriate. And so that's really one of the, I think one of the real unique traits of someone that's good at being a realtor or great at being a realtor is that ability. Because, hey, quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I've never driven a smart car. Do you mind if I give it a try?
Sure.
All right.
Actually, before we switch around,
Yeah.
I have one more question for you.
Sure.
Or at least one I can think of off the top of my head. You seem like a nice guy. I think we've covered the fact that you're relaxed, you're laid back, you're detail-oriented and all the rest of it. But when it comes down to negotiating something as important as a house, a transaction, sometimes you don't need a really, really nice guy. Sometimes you need someone who can really hold the line and negotiate and not be mean about anything, but also not be a pushover. How do you sort of respond to something like that?
When you're just talking to someone casually, you can just be yourself, right?
Yes.
When it comes to negotiating, you need to be the negotiator. So basically, you're performing a role.
Yes.
Right? So what I try and do is really understand who I'm negotiating with, right? Try and understand the type of and style of negotiator those people are, so that I can conduct myself accordingly, and also work with my clients as well. Because there's usually four parties. Like there's always at least four parties, right? There's two agents and two clients involved.
Yes.
And to come to a deal, you've got to find common ground amongst all four parties. So I'm very aware of that. So basically, I really try and ask questions and to figure out what's going on in terms of the psychology, the different styles that are involved, to behave in the right strategic manner to get the results we want.
As I'm asking you questions and learning more about what it means to be a successful realtor, I'm convinced I would suck. I don't have the patience for that. All right, let's switch seats. Let's
Cool.
let you have a go at driving this little smart car. So,
Okay, thanks for letting me try your car.
you're welcome. Home, James. I get to say that. And we're back where we started.
Yep.
There you go.
Very nice.
Okay, so you got me back in one piece, which is great.
Yep.
Is there anything that you would like to encourage people to do, like check out your website, for instance?
Absolutely. Check out my website,
There you go.
ClintonHowell.ca.
ClintonHowell.ca.
ClintonHowell.ca, yep.
1W, 2 L's.
Yep.
And by the magic of post-production, somewhere on this video right now, your web address just appeared.
Awesome.
All right. Well, Clinton, it's been a real pleasure learning more about you and what you're doing for the local business community and how you're helping people, buy and sell their homes.
I appreciate it. It was a very enjoyable ride, and thank you very much, James.
No problem.